Hey everyone, welcome to the video. Breaking down today's MLB main slate for today on DraftKings. Before we continue though, if you could leave a like, subscribe to the channel, I really appreciate that. And I want to say thank you guys for over 500 subscribers. That's pretty awesome. And also feel free to follow me on Twitter at cpen_16. That's with 2 N's. And anyway, let's get into the slate. So for pitcher today, there's 4 pitchers I really like, and number 1's going to be Trevor Bauer, and I expect that he'd be the highest owned of the high-priced pitchers. I think the ownership should be spread out a little bit, but Trevor Bauer's in my favorite spot here. He's one of the best pitchers in the league, in my opinion. He's got some of the best stuff. He's right up there with the elite pitchers. He's only 10,400. Usually he's going to be in the 11,000 range, so I think we're getting a nice discount here just because of how bad he was in his last start. And I know the Mariners have been good. They've been hot, not going to lie, but they can strike out. Justin Verlander and Garrett Cole both had really good games versus them. Garrett Cole had 11 strikeouts, and this is the lowest Vegas total in the slate. I bet it's only like 7, I think. So we're just like Trevor Bauer tonight. He's got a 30% K rate, and the Mariners have been striking out 27% of the time. So I do think there's a lot of strikeouts available here. I wouldn't be surprised if we got double-digit strikeouts. And he pitches deep in the game. He goes deeper than pretty much any starter in the league usually. He's got a high pitch count usually. So definitely like Trevor Bauer tonight, especially at 10,400. And there's another high-priced pitcher I like, and that's going to be Clayton Kershaw going against the Cincinnati Reds. He's going to be at home. I know he's coming off the injured list, so I know he's going to be on a pitch count, which the Dodgers are always pretty conservative with their pitchers. But Clayton Kershaw, I know he didn't have the best year last year, but he was still pretty elite. He's only 9,800. It's a good pitcher's park. It's a low Vegas total. The Reds actually have the lowest Vegas total at 3, so Vegas isn't expecting Kershaw to give up many runs. There's going to be some strikeout upside. A lot of their best hitters are left-handed, and Suarez is a good righty. But other than that, these right-handers aren't very good. Joey Votto and Jesse Winker leading off, 2 lefties. I mean, it's not the worst lineup in the world, but I really like using Kershaw here. I think he's going to be safe. I don't see him having a ton of upside here, but I think he's going to get probably 20 points, and he's not going to hurt your lineups at all. He's only 9,800, but he does not have the upside Trevor Bauer has, in my opinion, but he should be a pretty safe play. And then for the mid-range guy, 2 mid-range guys I like, I know you're probably tired of me recommending Darvish, but it's another good spot for Darvish, unfortunately, going against Miami. And Miami's just been really bad this year. I think they had the 5th lowest implied total, and they've been striking out 30% of the time this year to righties. And if you just look at their numbers versus righties, it's really bad. They don't have a guy over, they don't even have a guy over 200 ISO. And they strike out a ton, 24% of the time. It was actually 30% of the time this year. And then their team ISO is 142. They have a low WOBA, and it's not very good. And Darvish can strike out righties 29% of the time, and there's a lot of righties in this lineup. Just Granderson and Neil Walker really the only lefties, but it's just a weak lineup. It's a good pitcher's park. It's a really good pitcher's park in Miami. So I think Darvish should be okay. I know he sucks, guys. I know he does, but I don't mind using Darvish in this spot at 7,800. Then the next guy I like is going to be Kikuchi. I think that's how you say his name. He's going to be in that Seattle Mariners game. It's just the Indians have the 3rd lowest total, and most of their best bats are left-handed. And Kikuchi is a lefty, and obviously he's pretty decent versus lefties. He does give up a little bit of hard contact, but it's not the biggest sample size in the world. But it doesn't give up much power, and this lineup's pretty bad versus lefties. A 149 team ISO. They strike out 27% of the time. And that bottom, I'm telling you guys, the bottom half of this lineup is just complete trash. It's pretty much a free square for strikeouts. And the only guys I'd really be worried about here are Carlos Santana and Jose Ramirez. Other than that, I think you should be able to go through this lineup without much trouble. And at 7,700, I like that. And it's a really low Vegas total, so Vegas isn't expecting many runs here. I could see this game probably being like 3-2 at the end. So don't mind if you want to go Kikuchi Bauer, just load up that late game. And then for some of the bats, let's start off with the Brewers going against Hudson, I believe. Yeah, against Dakota Hudson. I really like the lefties here. Christian Yelich, Travis Shaw. I know Travis Shaw's been pretty cold to start the year, but Moustakas, Grandal. And if we look at his main pitch, he's going to throw the sinker a lot. And these guys crush the sinker, left-handed sinker, right-handed sinker. Christian Yelich, 245 ISO. And then if you go down here, Shaw, 234 ISO. Moustakas, 233 ISO. And Grandal really stands out to me. He really hits the low ball well, especially from the left side of the plate. He's got a 446 WOBA, 503 expected WOBA, 412 ISO, 47% hard contact rate. So I really like use money Grandal today if you can afford them. And these Brewers lefties are in all great spots. And he's also going to throw the slider a lot, and they all hit the slider pretty well, as you can see. So definitely like these Brewers lefty tonight. And then on the other side of this game, I really like the some of these Cardinal guys going against Peralta. Peralta's always high priced, and he's not a very good pitcher in my opinion. He gives up a ton of hard contact, and it's good hitter's park. And I just don't like him that much. And I really like Matt Carpenter today. He's probably one of my favorite plays. He's only 3,800, and I think that's just a misprice, especially for this park. And he's been a little hot lately. He hit a home run yesterday, and he had a triple the other day. So I really like him, Matt Carpenter. He might be starting to get hot, and I'd hop on before his price jumps up. And Paul Goldschmidt absolutely smashes in Miller Park. I don't know what it is, but he sees the ball really well here. And earlier in the year, he had a 3-home run day here. So definitely like Paul Goldschmidt a lot, just because of how good he is here. And then I want to talk about the Angels going against Shelby Miller. He was just one of the worst pitchers in the league, in my opinion. He gives up a ton of hard contact to both sides of the plate, especially lefties, which is why I love Cole Calhoun tonight. He's only 3,800, and I love Justin Bour. I think those are some of the best plays tonight. And if Mike Trout's playing tonight, I know he's got a growing injury, but if he's playing, he's the best player on the slate by far. He's got 344 ISO versus right-handed pitching, absolutely crushes them. 473 ISO WOBA. So I really like these Angels tonight, especially the top three. I think they're in all excellent spots. And then if you like the Rockies righties, they're pretty mispriced, I think. They're really... And Trevor Story's 4,200, Arenado's 4,500, and Garrett Hampson's only 3,200. So if he's hitting second, that's a really nice salary savings for us. And these guys just crush left-handed pitching. Well, the three guys I said, not Hampson, but Arenado, 359 ISO, 479 WOBA, and low strikeout rate, high walk rate. Trevor Story crushes them too, 313 ISO, 429 WOBA. And Lucchesi gives up a lot of hard contact to righties. I know he got roughed up the last game. I do like Lucchesi, but I'm sure if I'm saying that right. It might be Lucchesi, but he gives a lot of hard contact up to righties, so I don't mind these Rockies righties. They should be pretty low owned because usually people don't like to target people in San Diego much. So definitely like those guys. And yeah, that's really all it for the video, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. Remember to leave a like, subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate that. You can follow me on Twitter at cpen_16. And good luck today.